What is up, my friends? Chris back again, and today I'm going to be talking about a movie from 2015 titled Mojave, written by William Monahan and directed by William Monahan. Um, Stars Garrett Hedlund and Oscar Isaacs. Garrett Hedlund is a um, Hollywood celebrity who's been famous since he was a teenager, and he's going through an existential crisis, so he leaves and goes into the desert to find himself because he's having some sort of existential crisis. Well, while he's in the desert, he winds up meeting Oscar Isaacs, who is actually a serial killer. And they wind up having this kind of cat and mouse game of, uh, you know, Garrett Hedlund kind of crosses Oscar Isaacs. Oscar Isaacs has Garrett Hedlund kind of in a compromising situation because he knows some things about him that happened in the desert, and they just kind of go back and forth with their, little cat and mouse game of who's the better psychopath, basically. Because none of the characters in this film are relatable or likable. I didn't really care which one of them died. I didn't care what happened to either one of them because it was just a boring film. It starts off interesting. Our first act, I was all in. I was like, okay, good performances from Hedlund, good performance from Isaacs. We got Isaacs, we all know, is Poe Dameron and Apocalypse from, X-Men and Star Wars. And then Garrett Hedlund, my favorite movie by him is Death Sentence. I think he's great in that. Uh, and he shows a little bit of that same intensity in this film that he did in Death Sentence. But one of my main issues with Oscar Isaac's character is he sounds like a concussed professional wrestler with his use of the word brother. Every other word is brother coming out of his mouth. It is really annoying, and it kind of takes you out of the film, and it just makes you kind of roll your eyes at his character. Even though his character is incredibly intelligent and sinister, almost like Joker, like the Joker, like he's just smart and he knows how to manipulate things. And but his use of the word brother, I'm like, all right, Hulk Hogan, get out of the desert, bro. Um, the story's half-assed, also. Okay, there's no way around it. There's no character development or depth in the story. It's vague. I mean, the story is very vague. They don't tell you hardly anything. They don't fill you in. There's no character development. Okay, like you hear about Garrett Hedlund's past briefly at the beginning. You don't know anything about Oscar Isaacs and his character. They don't develop the character over the course of the film. Either character. Both characters you don't like. They're both pretty boring. And the story just drags on and on and on. I was like, somebody do something. But it was directed well. The cinematography was great. But, like I said, story, not good. No character development, so I had no dog in the fight. I didn't care about either one of the characters because I had no background on them. Both of them were equally unlikable. But Oscar Isaacs and Garrett Hedlund, when they were in scenes together, their chemistry was superb. Their back and forth with dialogue was a thing of beauty. But we get that like 3 times in the whole movie. Everything else is just drags along with Isaacs, messing with Hedlund's head basically and messing with his family and stuff like that. But it's never so sinister that I go, ooh, that's dirty, that's bad. I don't ever do any of that. In fact, I'm like, will you please do something? Please. I know I've said that a bunch, but that's really how it feels. Is you feel like, come on, just anything happen at all. Best parts are in the desert. Get the desert in the beginning of the movie, get the desert at the end of the movie. Everything in the middle, BS. Complete bologna sandwiches, man. Terrible. And another thing, it's supposed to be this taut suspense thriller. There's no suspense. There's no thrills. I never once thought, what's going to happen next? I wanted something to happen next, but I never thought, oh my goodness, how is this going to go? Because they didn't give me any intrigue. They didn't make the characters mysterious. They just made them vague and not have a point in the film. You can't have a movie and a movie like this, especially a suspense thriller, and not have character development, that's what draws the audience in. That's what makes you want to get emotionally connected to these characters. This is what makes you want to see how this is going to turn out. There was none of that in this. Billy Monahan, as good as he was for cinematography and the writing, his directing sucked. Like, he could have done more. He could have fleshed out scenes more. He could have had more interesting character development. He could have had a bunch of things, but everything just felt like he didn't. I don't know how to even explain it, guys. Like, he didn't care. Like, there was no passion behind this film. It was, let me just make it. Some people may have liked it. I hated it. I thought it was, I wasted an hour and 30 something minutes of my life watching this contrived piece of trash. Old Billy Monahan needs to get his stuff together. And if he's going to make more movies, he needs to practice on his directing a little bit. He needs to practice on his scene compositions and the way that he sets things up and the way that he, sets his cameras and stuff, because he just didn't bring out anything special in any aspect of this film. And that really sucks, because I was kind of looking forward to this, because I like both the actors. I think they're both exceptionally talented individuals, especially Oscar Isaacs. I really like him. But this just wasn't for him, man. This ain't it. This ain't the movie for him. I've got the hiccups. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, guys, I give this 1.5 stars. Don't waste your time on it. Don't rent it. Don't stream it. Save your data on your phone. You would be better served eating an ice cream cone and enjoying that than you would this, because you ain't going to like it. I sure as heck didn't. But anyway, 1.5 stars, guys. If you guys want to get connected with more Cinema Dolce 56 content, please, by all means, go to the Facebook page and look us up under our group, Cinema Dolce, and join up, participate. And if you like what you saw here, hit like and subscribe. And, I'll keep making them, guys, as long as you keep watching them and enjoying them. Peace out, and I love you.